Alrighty, folks. Hello there. This is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. We're going to try to do our final double feature draft since it's about to end very soon. And I only have 1.5k gems, so hopefully I get up to 5 to do a second one if possible. But yeah, well, I managed to hit Mythic, cheated my way by doing a quick draft, whatchamacallit, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Which, yeah, if you just want to hit Mythic early, just play this format and just try to force red-black if you can, or white-green, etc. But, yeah, I think we need to get this going. Finally, fire off our final one. Maybe our final one, not sure. I do like this format a lot. It's really fun. If you're drafting blue, that is. So, let's get started. So, what's the overview of this and how do you win? Draft blue black, blue white. And yeah, you should be good. And I think blue white is actually, I actually think blue black is slightly better than blue white, since even though the whole disturb mechanic is in both sets, you don't always get the creature half, given the Crimson Vow cards, and the auras are slightly worse. But still, they're kind of close. Don't know what to say. So pack one, pick one. We have a pretty unexciting pack. The rare is okay. Early creature that you can play, and once you can load up your graveyard, you can just exile cards and make 3/2 red wolves. There's Infestation Expert as a decent top-end werewolf you can play in the green decks, and green is considered a worse color in this format. And in both formats in general, so it has a bad rap, but by no means unplayable. And then at common, the best cards are also the green cards. The blue-black uncommon here isn't great. I'm not very excited to first pick this card, to be honest. Like, honestly, there's just way better things you can do. I could still take it here just to kind of force blue-black and try it out, since I never really take this card, since it can be a way to maybe dodge a removal spell, or just get a giant zombie out on the battlefield. You know what? Since I like blue-black so much in this format, let's try to Corpse Cobble as our pack one, pick one. I think the right pick could just be Weaver Blossoms to have a good 3-drop to help us in our green decks. That can also help us maybe go multiple colors, but yeah, it's just blue-black is just too good, and we'll follow that up with a Dreadhound. Had we taken Weaver Blossoms, we'd probably be looking either Hound Tamer and Eccentric Farmer. The funny thing about the green decks is, like, the only green decks I like are usually the blue-green decks. So Vilespawn Spotter could actually just be maybe better than Eccentric Farmer, who knows. There's also red-green, of course, but, you know, I've been kind of down on red, given that the Midnight Hunt red creatures are just kind of underwhelming. Like, for example, something like this is just nothing compared to, like, even Morning Patrol or Baithook Angler, which trades off and makes a 1/2 disturb creature. But Dreadhound's a really nice uncommon. Not the best black uncommon, but it's close. Black has a lot of great uncommons in both sets. Nice finisher. And yeah, we'll just stick with black. And we can follow up with Halving Zombie, because this pack is also just not very exciting. Good 3-drop, a zombie creature that can leave back a decay token. And a 2/2 Death Touch is difficult for the green decks to attack into. So another reason why green gets worse is because of Death Touch creatures like this. So we'll take Halving Zombie. And could just take a random Doom Dissenter, since it's just a very important common to have in the blue-black sacrifice decks. There's also Larder Zombie, which I do like at least one copy of, usually. There's also Evolving Wilds. If I think there's some sort of bomb I might be interested in splashing in. There's a second Corpse Cobble. Not sure if I need a second one. Probably not. This card can be kind of awkward at times and can be kind of dead if you don't have anything to sack, whereas one copy could always be okay. I think I just take Doom Dissenter here. It keeps me mono black. It's a good creature that can make a 2/2 zombie when it gets sacrificed. Chaplain Alms is also interesting too, but I just want to stick with base black. Sorry, I'm going to turn that off. One moment. Alright, that was a weird notification. Alright, yeah, I'll take Doom Dissenter here. Evolving Walls is also interesting, but not sure if I want to splash. Ooh, Diagraph Horde. Perfect. Yeah, you just force it, right? And then you get rewarded. Alright, Diagraph Horde. Yeah, one of the top black commons from Midnight Hunt. I think this is the second best black common behind a Static Awakener. Also another late Eccentric Farmer for the blue-green self-mill decks. And then Gluttonous Guts is okay, but we'll take Diagraph Horde. Just need to make sure we draft enough blue cards in the next pack if blue gets cut off. and we just have a really solid baseline for a blue-black exploit deck. The Dreadhound can be something close to a bomb, um, but it's not necessarily like an instant lose the game, but it's there. Ooh, Skullscop and Falcon Abomination. Why do these both have to be in the same pack? There's high. We can't really take the monocolor card, I don't think, because Skullscop definitely won't wheel, given that it's pretty late in the pack. And I think this Skullscop, I've been really impressed by Skullscop. Like, if we manage to just pick up a couple of exploiters and exploit, it just leaves behind so many bodies. It's just absurd. Yeah, I'll take the uncommon here over Falcon Abomination. Although we don't have any exploit creatures yet, but I'm hoping we can pick up some Midnight Hunt exploit creatures. And yeah, when in doubt, just take the cheaper card. So by taking this, we also get to just send a signal that we want all the blue-black uncommons, or we just want to be in a blue-black deck. Ooh, Revenge of the Drown, pick 7, perfect. Ooh, yeah, this is also one of the top blue uncommons. From Midnight Hunt, or it goes Organ Hoarder, and I think between Falcon Abomination and Revenge of the Drowned is very close. So yeah, I like this card. Black, it goes a Static Awakener, Diagraph Horde, and Eaten Alive, and then maybe Defenestrate. Ooh, okay, Bilumig, perfect. We have it. All right, yeah, Bilumig is great. Enters battlefield, great blocker. It's a Scry 2, is almost like drawing a card. Not necessarily, and if you can exploit it, it comes back as a 4/4. So definitely a great card. And then the nice thing about this is that once you're about to get in for lethal, you can always sacrifice 2 islands later to just get in and make it unblockable. So this card's great. Also, there's a Scatter Thoughts in this pack, which I also wouldn't mind. Definitely a top blue common in Crimson Vow, but blue got a little bit nerfed in Crimson Vow in terms of commons. So compare like Midnight Hunt, it's not that great. And here we can just maybe send a message and just take the blue card and tell the person to my left-hand side, I'm the blue-black drafter. All right, Beta Angler. Yeah, it's a good card you can sacrifice, and definitely a well-rounded blue common for Midnight Hunt. Blue was just so deep and powerful in Midnight Hunt. Like even a card like this is just so innocuous. Looks really harmless, but actually can do so much. Ooh, Shipwreck Sifters can be. It's more of like a blue-white gold card. I'll still take it here just to send a signal. And Larder Zombie, wow, pick 12. There's also Cobble Lancer. I've seen people talk about this card. I'm still not impressed with this. I'd rather just have the Larder Zombie. It's a zombie, it's a decent blocker, helps us improve our draw steps. Cobble Lancer is kind of just whatever. You get a creature in your yard, you make a 3/3, sure, who cares? You don't need to, you shouldn't work so much for just a 1-mana 3/3. It's not like you can cast a card early either, because you're not going to have cards in the graveyard that early. So it's mostly like a late game, it's like a mid to late game 3/3, which is okay. And then you can maybe exile from your graveyard to draw a card. And I'm not really impressed with it. I think Binding Guts could be playable, but I don't really care about that much in blue-black. Okay, we'll take a Felstinger, as much as I hate passing up this dual land, which could actually wheel if we're the only blue-black drafter at the table. Felstinger is great. It helps us exploit, draws us 2 cards, loses 2 life. What a great start to a draft. I think pack 1, pick 1, yeah, I would take Felstinger. So, yeah, we first pick Corpse Cobble, and now we get rewarded. So let's make sure I'm reading this correctly. Sacrifice any number of creatures, create an XX blue black zombie creature token with Mance, where X is the total power of the sacrifice creatures. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't hate this, having this at instant speed. I might not play it, though, if I have enough playables. It's just kind of weird. Alright, we'll take Scatter Thoughts here. Not an impressive second pick, but still a good card. Either way, this pack is just not very impressive in general. There's Vodric. I did lose a game to this once, and it was kind of crazy. If you manage to like put a single counter, it just gives you so much tempo by making your instances and sorceries cost that 1 less. But it needs to be in the right deck. You need to be in base. You have to definitely have a bunch of spells, powerful spells, counter spells, removal spells, etc. And then ways to like loop back those spells, and then maybe like seize the storms as your finisher, which is an important uncommon to have in the blue-red decks, but we're still going to take Scatter Thoughts over the Wretched Throng. I don't care about having a bunch of 2/1s in my deck. Ooh, Organ Hoarder versus Skullscab. Ah, darn. Why does it have to be between these two? I think pack 1, pick 1 is Organ Hoarder, but like our deck is already set up to do the whole Skullscab thing, right? I mean, there's a chance this could wheel. It's only pick 3. Like, if we're the only blue-black drafter, this could wheel, and we already have one on our it did wheel in the last pack. Like, in the last pack, we did get the Skullscab. So there's also an argument for just staying open here. Organ Horde is just so good. Yeah, we got a walking 2-for-1. We got a guy who can potentially be more than a 2-for-1 if we exploit a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'll take Organ Hoarder and stay open. I'm going to take the risk here since this was passed to us. And I'll just probably take Flip the Switch here, or maybe Doom the Center. Second one isn't bad. I could again diversify and take Flip the Switch. This card's also just a very impressive common for Midnight Hunt. Plays well with some our 4-mana instances that we have. Can make a zombie token. Yeah, I could diversify, you know. I don't hate doing so. Because there's a chance we can get one of these again in the next pack, and I think in terms of raw power level, Flip the Switch is just a lot better, whereas this is more of a role player. Imagine cowering a creature and having a 2/2 body on the battlefield is quite nice. Ooh, Diagraph Horde, perfect. Pick 5, another Diagraph Horde. Man, this deck is insane. We just need removal. We just need more removal, and we should be fine. Could use like an Eaten Alive in this deck, maybe a Parasitic Grass, Hero's Downfall. Now, Desperate Farmer, it's okay. I don't hate it. It's at best home and in a blue-black deck, since you're sacrificing and having your decay tokens die. So I'll take it over Alchemist Retrieval. I don't. Bounce is not really removal. It's fine interaction, but it's a lot worse. So I'll take the Desperate Farmer. And then I'll take the Bounce spell now over. This is a good 4-drop, but it's not for our deck. We don't really care about vampires that much. Also, late Droxel, Infantry, late Blessed Defiance, all decent cards. I don't think it was wrong taking the Skull Scab over Organ Herd, but given that it was only pick 3, and we saw this again from the last pack, there's a chance that that Skull Scab can also wheel. So that's the reason why I took the Organ Hoarder over it. Even though I think Organ Hoarder has more synergy in blue-white and blue-black for the most part, I think it's still fine. Don't hate the counterspell here. Syncope is nice. It's no Flip the Switch, and I would happily replace this with Flip the Switch, but it's definitely the best counterspell in Crimson Vow. It's just so flexible. And if I have all these counterspells, do I really need a Corpse Combo? I don't know. I mean, this has synergy of Organ Hoarder, I guess, and we have some decent self-mill going on. Not sure. No Way Out. We have a lot of 3s. Like, Fell Stinger is essentially a better pointed discussion. I'll take a No Way Out. It makes a zombie at least. Now I guess I'll just take a random Wretched Throng if we somehow get like multiples. And even if he did, I'm not even a big fan of this. Like basically you're filling your deck full of 2/1s, and if you don't get this train going, it's just kind of whatever. So yeah, it doesn't seem like the Skull Scab is gonna wheel or the Doom the Center. So there's another person contesting us for the blue-black deck. And that's totally fine, but we'll keep that in mind and maybe put a higher priority in our 2-drop uncommons in the next pack. Like if we get past Blade Stitch Gob. Ooh, okay, never mind. There's a Doom Center. I think I take it over Mind Leech Ghoul. Ghoul's fine, but on turn 2, I really want to play my Exploiter, the creature, the token, the creature I can exploit, not the Exploiter, since we want to curve out Doom the Center usually into the Fell Stingers. But Mind Leech Ghoul's okay. I don't really care about that much. Like, even if it's a card for a card, sure, but like, a 2/2 doesn't really do much. Alright, Sludge Monster's a bomb. Hate passing up, like, Flip the Switch and Olivia's Midnight Ambush, but yeah, another great rare for our decks. So what do we first pick? We first pick Corpse Cobble, which isn't a bomb, by the way, which I'm not even sure if I'll play, and it's got past all the blue-black goodies. And then second pack, we picked up Fell Stinger, which also isn't a bomb, but a great card. But now we get Sludge Monster, which is an insane card. Essentially, when it enters a battlefield or attacks, it just locks the creature down, so it's almost a removal. Not quite, but close. Hoping we don't have to play Retrieval. So I can dedicate my last picks to maybe some removal spells, and we should be good. This deck looks really awesome. Do we have a removal? We'll take... Actually, Scott Wrangler is kind of like removal. The best blue uncommon in Midnight Hunt, in my opinion. One time I had a choice between Scott Wrangler and Organ Hoarder in draft in Paper Magic, and I think taking the Scott Wrangler was correct. I'm not sure. I mean, this is adds home in blue-black, but you can still play this in any blue deck. Like, I guess a blue deck that's looking to go wide is adds home, so I'm not sure. Maybe Organ Hoarder was maybe correct just because it's more flexible and can go into multiple decks, whereas Scab takes a little bit more stab. I'll take Scab. Luckily, we don't have to take Runo here, but I would actually take Raw Tide over Runo, actually. But we have a lot of 5s. But Scab Wrangler was a nice gift. Right, I'll take a Thirst for Discovery. Seems a lot better than Mind Leech Ghoul. But let's see, how many Exploiters do we have? Fell Stinger. And Skull Scob, that's it? We might need the extra Mind Leech School, funny enough. Like, we do have Scattered Thoughts already. Like, we might need this Mind Leech School because we might need to exploit these Biolume eggs and Doom Dissenters. Otherwise, it's awkward. But it's just not a great card. I'm going to take the Thirst for Discovery. It's just way better. Hopefully I can wheel a Mind Leech School if it's open. I'll take a second Larder Zombie. Not sure if I'll play it, though. Yeah, we're definitely locked in blue-black. We're not moving out of here anytime soon. Could just stick around in Evolving Wilds. It's always nice to have access to fixing, even if you're a two-color deck. We already have the Blood Pack, so I don't need to focus on playing the discussion. I mean, of course, we have Thirst for Discovery, and our Wretched Throng. Who cares? Baneblade is okay. We'll take the Evolving Wilds. Ooh, Revenge. Okay. Ooh, Mockrit. Mockrit could be fine with Biolumeg. I still think I'd take Revenge of the Drowned here over Mockrit Behemoth. I'm that stubborn. I just got to take the higher power level cards. Yeah, this card isn't great. If you don't cleave it, take a Cruel Witness, maybe as a win condition if we need it. Yeah, I should maybe take the Mind Leech. I don't know. Thirst is just so much better. It feels wrong having to, like, take Mind Leech. Okay, a Static Awakener is beautiful. Thank you very much, game. Wow, this whole pack is great. Like, a Static Awakener, Startled, Flip the Switch, Lunar Rejection. Oh my god, wow, what an amazing pack. A Static Awakener is definitely the clear cut here. We need another way to sack the egg. We have double Doom Dissenter. Yeah, and it's just a 4-mana 4 for draw card, essentially. Pretty insane card. And it's almost at the same level of Organ Hoarder, I say. Maybe it is at the same level. I don't know. This is like the second best common in Midnight Hunt, and the best black common overall in Midnight Hunt. I already have a No Way Out. I'm not main decking 2. I could just throw in a Cruel Witness and call it here. Or Alchemist Retrieval, since we have like barely any removal. We have like 2 bounce spells, Sludge Monster, Ska Wrangler is okay. I'm liking the Syncopate and Flip the Switch because, again, over our lack of removal, we might need ways to bounce creatures and then just counter them on the way back. Locked I wouldn't want to play because we're not going to have 5 cards in our graveyard at all times. Cruel Witness gives me an extra flyer. Do I really need it, though? Like, we could use an extra flyer to help end the game, but Dreadhound's going to help us win the game. Going wide with zombies is going to help us win the game. Sludge Monster as well. Maybe we don't need an extra flyer. Maybe we just, again, need a bounce spell just to be safe. Because, again, we don't have much interaction going on. Ooh, Mockrit Behemoth. Wow. Okay, I actually don't hate having this. I mean, we need some exploit. Like, we need ways to exploit, right? So this is actually not bad. It's kind of clunky, though. I could actually just take Corpse Cobble, maybe, too. Corpse Cobble... The problem with Corpse Cobble is that... if I Corpse Cobble, for example, Biolumeg or Doom Dissenter, it's still not going to make a good creature. Like, because the XX, the power and toughness is going to be based on the total power. So if I sack like Biolumeg and Doom Dissenter, it's kind of just a 1/1. So I don't really just want to sacrifice the fact for the hell of it. And you really want to just sacrifice Decayed Zombies to really grow the creature. And, like, our deck doesn't really need to sack Decayed Zombies, to be honest. Like, even if we sacrifice, we can just go wide and kill the opponent, essentially. So, I'm not sure. So let's see. What are we looking to cut here? I'm kind of just liking Larder Zombie to help improve our late game a bit. I'm liking all my 2s. I could see myself cutting Desperate Farmer. It's kind of okay. A Static Awakener, Skullscott, Fellstinger, and now Mockrit Behemoth give me 4 creatures that can potentially sacrifice. And since we're making tokens from Revenge of the Drowned, Flip the Switch, Doom Dissenters, and Biolumegs, and we also have Baithook Angler, I feel like we need the Mockrit Behemoth as another sack outlet here. Yeah, Desperate Farmer can go. I could also cut maybe Scatter Thoughts, because it's kind of clunky and expensive on 4. Great card, though. How many creatures do we have? 17? The Desperate Farmer can be really insane. Like if we just send in a Decayed Zombie, this is already a 4/3 lifelink, so I'm kind of liking it. Could actually cut Scatter Thoughts, crazy enough. Like, I did pass up... the Mockrit Behemoth did wheel. I did take the Scatter Thoughts over Mockrit, just because of sheer power. But now I can see maybe cutting it. Like, is that crazy? Maybe that's crazy. I don't know. These are kind of our removal spells. Sludge Monster, again, is kind of like a removal spell. Flip the Switch. and Scob Wrangler can kind of interact. Yeah, given the fact I'm running double counters, I really think I need Alchemist Retrieval. It's just so cheap and efficient in this deck, and we also have Thirst to make up for Scar Thoughts. You know what? I'm going to cut Scar Thoughts. I think it's okay. Even though I think it's way better than, like, Mock-Rip Behemoth. We really need ways to sack. Otherwise, Biolumigs, Doom Dissenters are just going to sit on the battlefield all day and do nothing but chump block, which I don't want. 1, 2, again, just making sure I'm counting correctly. 3 and 4. Yeah, we need 4 Explorers to at least make the Biolumig consistent. So, yeah, this looks great. I'm liking the Evolving Wilds, so 17 land seems good. Let's do this. I really like Zombos. Yeah. Because we have, like, turn 4 Revenge of the Drown. I really want to just affect the board in this deck. Scar Thoughts is good, but it doesn't affect the board. 4 mana tap out to draw 2 can be quite expensive at times. So I think it's reasonable to cut it, funny enough, even though it's a great card. Alright, let's see. So the number one way you lose a Magic, what is it? You don't hit your secondary color, your opening hand just doesn't have enough lands to curve out. But this looks like a good opening hand, or you flood. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this. We'll try it. There's Snarling Wolf. Alright, Balumig on 3 is great. So none of these creatures can necessarily block the Snarling Wolf. So I'm not sure which one I want to lead with. I think maybe the Doom Dissenter is better to lead with, because let's say we trade it off, at least it leaves behind a 2/2 body immediately, where you still need to cast the Baithook Angler. It does do more damage, though, if we're going to swing back. So there's an argument for this as well, just a better blocker. Let's play the Baithook Angler, I'm fine with that. Then we can play Biolumig, hopefully scry for some Exploiters, get some value. And then if he hits Smashes for 3, I'm totally fine with that as well. Next turn we can block it with Biolumig, and it's fine. Playing Black-Green, not necessarily the best color. And just a fine 3-drop. Scob Wrangler can be useful later. Let's just scry, bomb any lands that we need since we have enough at this point. Don't need to land. How good is Desperate Farmer? Desperate Farmer could be okay, like a 4/3 lifelink. Once we have something die, could be fine. Or maybe I just really desperately need to find my farmers, no pun intended. Let's bomb it. I think we need to find our Exploiters. And say go. And I'm down to just block the 3/3 immediately, or block the 1/1. Probably block the 3/3 because he doesn't need a pump necessarily. Okay, that sucks. So might have wanted the Desperate Farmer, but this is okay. Hobbling Zombie. I think we still stay mana efficient, right? And play the 2/2 drops. Tap down the 3/3, or just play Hobbling Zombie now. If I play these two, like, I can still set up a double block, funny enough. Since I don't plan on tapping anything. Yeah, let's just play 2. Let's just be mana efficient. And then I won't tap anything. I'm just going to double block if he goes for something here and hope he doesn't have like a Hunter's Mark, which gives +1/+1 and kills a creature. So that, like if I double block here and he has like a removal spell, it's just kind of bad. Maybe I just tap it just to be safe. Yeah, I'll tap it. You can still squeeze in for 1, but that's fine, or pump. It's not the end of the world. Alright, I just take the extra 3, so my life point is falling pretty short, but at least the opponent isn't really playing anything too scary. If I run out Diregraph Horde, is it worth it? I mean, it is mana efficient, and yeah, I might as well be mana efficient again. This is fine. And then we'll just exile his Defenestrate. And then, yeah, no reason to attack Sigo. We can tap down Scob Wrangler and the 2 decay tokens on the 3/3. Or we can tap down 1/1 Snarling Wolf, not sure. This can transform. I actually don't mind a Shadestalker attacking. I'm going to tap down a 1/1. I actually proactively want this to die. And if he attacks with it, then I'm going to just double block for the 2/1 to 1/1, because this does mean a pump trick is up. Alright, another Oak Shadestalker, so opponent likes these cards. It's an okay card, I mean, like, it does grow big, obviously, when it becomes nighttime, but, like, it's still just okay. We can play Hobbling Zombie and pass. I don't think I need to keep up Revenge here. So go. We do need to start being kind of aggressive, I think. I'll probably tap down the 3/3 now. I'm definitely not blocking with Scott Wrangler in this deck. And I don't think I'm tapping again. Just leave these creatures up. So go. I'm fine if he transforms. We'll say go. We can keep up Revenge of the Drowned in case he has anything, and also flip the switch. I'll say go. Opponent's not doing much, so. I can counter any removal spells. Don't care if he plays any big things. I might actually just tap down a Snarling Wolf. I proactively want him to attack with the 6/3s, funny enough. Yeah, we'll tap down your Snarling Wolf. I don't care about it. I want you to attack, opponent. Go. Go for it. Does nothing? Okay. Just keep passing. Ooh, Fellstinger. Yeah, Fellstinger's nice. I can exploit the Doom Dissenter and draw some cards. Keep up flip the switch. Or maybe exploit a Decay token. I don't know. I just want to make a 2/2. Let's do this. I'm fine having the extra bodies and all this jazz. Alright, that's good. And I don't think I'm attacking. Let's just pass the turn. He'd be happy trading his 1/1 for a 2/2 Hobbling Zombie. I could start attacking. Howling Moon? Okay, that's annoying. I think I flip it. Do I tap down the 1/1? Well, we can tap down 6/3 now. I'm fine if he moves to combat and attacks here. I might actually just Alpha Strike 2 next turn if I'm crazy. Ooh, this is fine. I'll take the block. Yeah, I'll put the 2/2 in front of it. And then I can swing back and I'm totally fine too. This is so disgusting. I don't even need to do this, to be honest. How much damage is this? Dreadhound, okay. I guess we just main phase Dreadhound and take it from there. If I attack with all, 3, 8. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, he's just dead. Good games. Yeah, you're just dead, dude. And then the decay tokens on the stack, yeah. Alright, it's a little bit saddening for number 23 Mythic, but now we get to take 24 and maybe steal his rank, who knows. One thing I noticed in this deck is we don't have a flyer, so that can be a problem. But I still think we want to keep the bounce spell, and everything else is just good in the deck, so that's fine. Opponent was stuck on 4 lands the whole game too, so it wasn't much. And like we're not even playing our first pick. That's funny. We essentially just kind of forced the entire draft, the entire archetype, and it worked. But because we were getting past the blue-black zombie cards too pretty late, so just getting lucky there. No big deal. In this format, everything is just so high powered that you can just kind of force the color because there's just so many playables. You know, some people are just tempted to take their bomb rare Halan Elena partners, like, and force red green or green multicolor, and you can just slide through and end up forcing blue black or blue white. Haven't drafted blue green yet though. I think it's really fun if I do. It's always this deck or blue-white. It's kind of boring, but it's also kind of fun. Not sure. I like making a million zombies. All right, this hand's okay. We're on the play, so I hate mulligan. We'll keep. The question is, do we want double black or double blue in this deck? I don't think we have any double blue cards. It all depends. I don't know. I guess we need double black for Duran Hound, or double black for I don't know. Let's just take a black mana. It looks better. Doing the center looks great. And we can Thirst for Discovery on turn 3, and hopefully draw 2 lands so we can discard at least one of them. Wrangler's quite good, so we'll stay back. Alright, we drew land, so we'll say go, and then Thirst end of turn. Don't need to use Thirst immediately. You could have Startled here if he attacks. Just passes, okay. So blue-white versus blue-black, the matchup of the ages. So this only triggers off of Exploit, right? Could run a Static Awakener, or I can run Organ Hoarder. Running Organ Hoarder is worse against Syncopates. I'll run a Static Awakener. I'm fine attacking with the 1/1 here. And then we can choose to sack it in the end of turn, or something. Say go. This is only triggers off of Exploit, so even when I sack this, it doesn't do anything. Because I want a 4/4 next turn, not a 3/2. That's okay. I don't care about that card. I can bounce it any day. I can bounce it any day, opponent. And I'll probably do it next turn anyways, just to get him for 4. And make him keep it on top or recast it. Scab Wrangler too. Okay, wow. I could also just Scab Wrangler. And play, I don't know, Hobbling Zombie? Yeah, let's just do that. Or I can just, I guess I can tap this down on his turn, so then I get in a better attack. Yeah, we'll see go. And hope he doesn't have a sweeper, so I should be careful of a sweeper, potentially. So if he plays a creature, I might just tap the 4/3. No, I guess he would have to tap another creature in order to do so, not sure here. We might as well tap this pre-combat so he doesn't get to swing in for 4 and make it indestructible. And then we can send, like, I don't know, these 3. I'm fine trading the Death Toucher for the 2/1. Groundyard Amalgam, okay. I guess that's a better target to bounce. Alright, at least those don't have Disturb. Could Revenge here and be kind of annoying and just attack. Do I want to trade Scab Wrangler? Probably not. Or I can just tap this down and just attack for 4. Play, like, I don't know, Diregraph Horde since we have one already. Yeah, I guess I'm down for that. This deck is just so gross. And then I can activate Scab Wrangler, tap this down. And then, yeah, I can still swing. I'll swing the Death Toucher. I don't plan on blocking any of the 4/2 next turn anyways. And if he does trade, it means he could have a sweeper. But I still have ways to refuel, so not in a hurry. The 3/4 can also block the 3/6, so it's all good. Alright, so you might have a sweeper here since he's making this block. So I'm hoping he doesn't, because this is a lot of tempo. Because that's a strange block, having to block the Scab Wrangler on the 2/2 Death Toucher. So please no sweeper. If there is, rip, but that's fine. So I don't want to add any more to the board. Brutal Guitar is really nice, okay. Ooh, locks down my Scab Wrangler, that's rude. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to kill this, but I can bounce it and make him replay it, and then I'm actually happy that he's attacking here. I could just block if he doesn't give it indestructible. Right, I'll take 4. A Candle Trap, really? That's rude. Okay, so now what? I can bounce Brutal Cathar if I want to, or just do that end of turn. This can still block. I can Organ Hoarder. I mean, he wouldn't do this if he had a sweeper, honestly, so I can kind of assume that he doesn't have a sweeper by him doing this. I could Organ Hoarder here. I can't really play. I can't double spell here, unfortunately, unless I Organ Hoarder Fine Island. Maybe that's okay. Or I can also just Revenge here, bounce, tap some creatures down, and take it from there. I guess I can just bounce a 3/6 and just attack. And how much damage is this? 8, 9, 10, 11. I can put him down to 2. Yeah, that could be reasonable. Let's just go for it. Yeah, let's fuck it. Then put him down to 2, and then that way he's really on the defensive. He really cannot afford to attack. Yeah, let's go. And he definitely does not want to block here. It's just too much. So 8, 9, 10, 11, put him down to 2. I lose a bunch of Decayed Zombies, but I can refuel again with more Decayed Zombies. And I have 3 attackers next turn, so he really cannot attack. And by doing this, this implies he's going to try to tap out for 5 to have the extra blocker this turn. But we can just keep going wide. And he should just be dead. Alright, so we can double spell. Yeah, let's Skull Scob here. I think on Awoken Demon. So we can get the extra token. And set up an attack next turn. Play our Organ Hoarder. Gets Dreadhound. Dreadhound is essentially just game over. Or I could Fell Stinger the opponent, actually. Yeah, we could just Fell Stinger the opponent. Let's just do this instead. Opponent's wondering, what the hell did I just do? We'll make you draw cards. Because there's a chance, again, he could have a Sweeper. I mean, there's a chance I could play Dreadhound. I don't mill any creatures. I guess if I cast Dreadhound, I'm going to lose anyway, so... I don't know. If he turns at nighttime, I can just target him and kill him. Sacrifice my own Fell Stinger, take it from there. Opponent's wondering, what the hell is this deck? No, let's just do this. Let it resolve. And we'll make you lose 2 life. Alright, that's an easy way to do it. I don't think Pointed Discussion can target opponents, though. I know Blood Pack can and Fell Stinger, but not Pointed Discussion. Nice way to end the format. Draft blue-black. And hey, we're top 17 Mythic. Just need to get the top 10, right? That's all we need to do. So that's another reason why I don't like Corpse Cobble. The fact that we don't have flyers means that our game plan might just be to go wide with as much Decayed Zombies tokens as possible and just do an all-out attack. Whereas if we do make a giant like menacing zombie, the problem is that it can just easily get bounced. Like, sure, we can flashback Corpse Cobble, but then you need more Decayed Zombie fodder. Whereas the Decayed Zombies were better off for like Scav Wrangler. It's better off to just keep the opponent back. If they're afraid of to make them more afraid of attacking into us. So Yeah, we're the king of jabronis. We make a million jabronis. Alright, this hand I don't like. There's a Doom Dissenter I can play on turn 2. If I draw more black spells and no black mana, we're kind of not in a great spot. This random bounce spell is not what I want early on. I think we mulligan. This hand is also not that great, but I'll keep it. And then I guess we can bomb the bounce spell since we have these cards here. And I do want to get to land 5 for Mocker Behemoth, since we can always sacrifice a Decayed Zombie token to Revenge of the Drowned, so I'll take this approach and hope we don't end up getting flooded, since a Retrieval isn't actually an okay removal spell. Do I trade Scab Wrangler here? I might, if this is an aggressive start. I don't like to, but I don't really have a turn 3 play lined up, and the damage here can add up. So I might actually trade here if he attacks and hope he doesn't have a trick. Paxson Pup, alright, at least no wolves. Alright, and stays back, interesting, decides not to even consider trading for my 2-1. That's okay, I can always bounce the pup back on top if it gets out of hand. So if he passes turn 2, does nothing, I'm totally happy. I can attack for 2 here, but if I do, he'll swing back there for 3, and now I don't want to trade, I just want to see go. I can always just bounce the pup now end of turn. Or bounce the 3-1. Pup is probably more annoying. Let's bounce the pup. And then we can tap this down. So we effectively killed the pup with the Revenge of the Drowned. I'm liking this card too. I think I just attack with these 2 and play Behemoth, right? And save the Decayed Zombie token for later. Do I exploit this? I think I exploit the 2-1 actually, then over the 2-2 token, because I can at least get out a flyer later and have something to do with my mana next turn, so let's do this instead. And we also have Revenge of the Drowned. If he goes for some sort of double block, we can even blow him out. Ooh, Old Ruststein, alright. That's a cool card. Also gets the treasure. I'm not sure if I want to bounce this though. It is annoying, but I don't care. So if I don't want to bounce it, what can I do here? I guess I can just attack and see what's up. Or I can play Baithook Angler, tap these 2 down and attack, but nah, he doesn't have a good block. Let's just hit for 7. And if he has a trick, I will just Revenge. Right, nothing, so we can play Baithook Angler, and then Desperate Farmer, and then we'll see if the opponent has anything to go. And we can always tap down his blocker end of turn. Loses Ovenwall Oddity. I could also just tap down the 1-1, funny enough, and force him to trade Old Ruststein or Harvesttide Sentry. I'm hoping he doesn't have Meathook Massacre. That would be the complete blowout. But no one can play around Mythic Massacre. I guess he can get back his Ovenwall Oddity and cast it. Alright, he just ramps it out, sure. I mean, I'm fine just tapping it down, honestly. Yeah, I guess keeping this untapped is fine, since the 1-2 can at least block the 1-1 token. And then he still doesn't have any good blocks here. He might just chump, I guess. I guess if I bounce the 1-4, he's forced to double block, but is that lethal? So if I bounce this 1-4, I attack with all, he double blocks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's not lethal. So I guess we can still swing these 2 and still be okay. I can also use Scab Wrangler. I guess I can, if I use bounce, I guess I can play Horde and bounce, and I don't know, let's just do this. I'm kind of tired of thinking so much. Just hope he just doesn't have Meathook Massacre. We can activate the Scab Wrangler, tap down, I guess, the 1-1 token. I guess this has Summoning Sickness, this and this, I think. Move the combat. And I guess we swing here. If I swing all of this, what happens? Okay, it's still not lethal. So I think we just go for this. And hope he doesn't again have Mythic Massacre. We'll see, go. I mean, if he had Mythic Massacre, he would have played it by now. And even if he did, he wouldn't kill the Mokra Behemoth. Right? Good games. Opponent just seeing what he would have drawn, but yeah, decides to go out without giving us the final kill. I think the opponent should have attacked with the Harvest Tide Infiltrator early on. Like, I would be snap blocked. I would have snap blocked there. Like, the only way we really lose is, again, if we don't survive the early game. But the Wrangler is just so good. Holy shit. With Decayed Zombies. Double Diagraph Horde. So insane. Alright, it's not bad. 2-drop, 3-drop, Organ Hoarder, and Sludge Monster, so keep. And we have both of our colors, so. Lantern Bearer. Ooh, a Static Awakener would have been amazing on turn 1. Imagine if we played this on turn 1. Unfortunately, we have to settle for Bait Hook on turn 2 instead. Okay, I guess he has a good blocker now. So we need to find a way to... Ooh, Biolumeg. I mean, I don't really want the Desperate Farmer out yet. God, why is it so hard? I guess Biolumeg can help me find my land. You know what? Let's do that. Having a second swamp means I can play Desperate Farmer and a Static Awakener next turn. I think I need to hit my lands here. Unfortunately, like, this is a decent exploiter. Larder Zombie can help, but I need to hit my lands. So that was a really good scry. We'll see, go. Swamp would be great. A Static Awakener, Farmer, we can stack and then turn this into a 4-4, have a 4-3 Lifelinker. Opponent also might have an insane blue-black deck. These are great cards. Cards I'm always happy to play in blue-black. If I get blue, though, I might actually... Ooh, that's a funny attack. I guess this might represent Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Do I want to use it here? Not really. I'm just going to take it. He might have an ambush. I think this represents Olivia's Midnight Ambush. I don't know, it could be a free roll. Alchemist Retrieval. Darn, we need to get our mana going. Let's play Desperate Farmer. And then now, I don't mind a Biolume Egg dying. Let's attack for 2 now. So now I'm fine blocking the Biolume Egg because I do have a Static Awakener to sack, and this will transform into a 4-3. He could also use Olivia on my 2-2. But then my Biolume Egg is safe, I can still sack it. But I'll be taking 4 in the air, that's not good. So yeah, number one way you lose Unlimited, not getting your land drops early. And just facing against too much pressure. Occultist, sure, and Scavron. Wow, okay, he also has a nuts deck. What am I supposed to say? Unfortunately, it's not black mana, so I guess we just cast Organ Hoarder and find our swamp. And then maybe we can Sludge Monster, lock down the Falcon Abomination. Unfortunately, no swamp, so I could take a land, but I might want to play a Static Awakener, keep up Syncopate. So I'll bomb the swamp, the islands, and hope I draw a swamp. We'll take a risk here. So go probably tap down one of my creatures end of turn 2, which is kind of annoying. And I might have to trade something off to maybe transform Desperate Farmer. Alright, so we finally meet our rival, the other insane blue-black drafter. Yeah, these cards are just nuts. Occultist. This is just a great deck, holy shit. So we need to gain life with the Desperate Farmer. If I get another island, I might just have to run Sludge Monster here just to lock down this Falcon. It's just dealing way too much damage. If I get swamped, though, I'm probably going to play out the Ecstatic Awakener and take it from there. Revenge of the Drowned. Huh. I guess I can revenge the Falcon, but then he buys it back and hits me for 1. I guess I can revenge and then set up the counterspell. Let's try that. Let's take go. And we don't want to do it on his upkeep because we don't want him to draw into it. Because he can just replay it the turn and we want to counter it. So I think we have to take the risk and fire off the revenge here. Chill. I could counter it. Not even sure if I want to counter it. Since I've revenged to bounce something here. So he might just get too aggressive here. And we can punish him. We'll see. The 2-1's definitely going in front of the 3-2 for sure. I'm hoping he doesn't drop like a Diregraph Horde, otherwise I am forced to counter it. And I might have the Alchemist retrieval away the Falcon Abomination if he does so. Or it's going to be 6 mana, he can still pay for 1. It's not good. I'm hoping he just attacks here and I bounce. Stitched Assistant, do I care? Not really. Sure. Sacrifices the opposite cultist, draws a card, loses a life, sure. He can still tap some creatures down to tap down the Baithook Angler as a blocker. So he's going to do the tap. I'm hoping he taps Organ Hoarder. Okay, that resolves. So he's going to attack with all 3, right? Okay. I could jump and then transform. I'm definitely going to revenge here on the Falcon, I think. Over the Blade Stitch Scob. And just take 3. And then, yeah, I guess we just take 3. And we're okay. And then we can now play Swamp. I could also just play out the Sludge Monster now to nerf his team or a Scob Wrangler. Interesting. Yeah, or do I do a Static Awakener? But if I do a Static Awakener, I can keep up a 1-mana Alchemist Retrieval. Or I can keep up the Syncopate, which I need for the Falcon Abomination. I do get to lock down the Scob Wrangler, assuming he doesn't have a counter spell up. If I lock this down, he can no longer tap my stuff down. I'll have to just take 1. Yeah, we have to run it out, I think. Let's go. Assuming he doesn't have a flip to switch here. This is going to be bad if he has flip to switch. Okay, no, so we gotta lock down the Shady Traveler. The Scob Wrangler, I mean. Let the Falcon resolve. Next turn we can still attack, and then we also have a bounce spell as backup. I can attack for 2. Not sure if that accomplishes anything. Maybe something for 3. Or just attack with the 2-2 and transform. I guess I don't mind attacking the 2-2 and transforming Desperate Farmer. Could be fine. So then next turn it can attack as a 4-3 if I don't want to cast a Static Awakener. Alright, I'm just hoping nothing happens here. Siphon Insights, okay. This is going to be rough. I'm hoping he misses and gets a bunch of lands. But I'm definitely down to attack for the Sludge Monster. Probably not going to make this into a 2-2 that loses all abilities, because if I do so, he can just buy back as an aura. I'm hoping he doesn't have anything here. I want to attack with these 2 next turn, lock down the Blade Stitch Scob, so I can survive. Taking 1 is okay. And then we still have a bounce spell as backup if he goes for some sort of weird block. So yeah, first things first is play lands, and I think we move the combat, and we have to lock down this Falcon Abomination. So let's get another lifelink hit in, and then we'll just make this into a 2-2 that loses all ability. So it's no longer a... Okay, let's just do that. I guess I can always bounce the Blade Stitch Scob if he has a good block here. That's not bad. If I bounce the 2/2, it will still die though, so I probably want to bounce Stitch Assistant because it's probably the worser one. I guess I can bounce the Blade Stitch, the Scott Wrangler, and counter it back, but then it's cheaper. So I probably want to bounce the Stitch Assistant here. I feel like. It would have been cool if I can bounce this and, you know, nerf the power here, but I think I have to do this. So if he casts this for 3 mana, I still can't counter it because he has 4 mana available. I can always counter his Siphon Insight to be kind of cool. Has Flip the Switch, so then I can counter his Flip the Switch. He needs to pay 2. And then we can kind of blow him out. And then also gain 4 life and stay in the game. Alright, this is good. And Static Awakener can finally come down, so that was a good turn for us. He stole our Flip the Switch, that sucks. I wanted that card. Rude. But now I can start attacking and locking down his abilities, which is nice. So I might want to attack and use the ability on the Blade Stitch Scob to nerf his zombies. I guess its ability is not type, so this still counts as a 3/2, funny enough. Sacrifices Lantern Bearer, makes sense. Diregraph Scavenger. Okay, that's gonna put a halt to my progress. So now he can give one of his creatures flying. That's gonna be a problem. I guess I can block down the Diregraph Scavenger's ability, but then he can gain flying. So I think this turn we have to sacrifice the egg to maybe draw a card, or at least sacrifice the Baithook Angler. Huh, this is rough. I mean, I'm still gonna send the 4/3. I think we have to sacrifice the egg here. Maybe I should have kept my mana better. So let's move the attacks. I could shut down the I could shut down the Death Touch here, but then he's just gonna be annoying. Let's say I send in all. What happens? I guess Baithook Angler is gonna get ambushed here. We probably want to attack with all, and then if I nerf this, I mean, a 2/1 probably doesn't attack here. I could shut this down, and then all this loses power. He still gets a Death Toucher, though. I can always nerf this. This blocks. He has a double block here. I gain 4 up to 9. He still survives. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So probably can't afford to do this. Just swing. Yeah, probably can't afford to do this. Probably can afford to do this. Yeah, let's go. Next turn he can Lantern Bear an attack, but I should still be fine. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe I should have kept it back, not sure. Yeah, I should be fine. I should be fine. Say he hits me for 5 in the air, right? So I should still have enough blockers to stabilize. So we'll play Land and Sigo. And we still get a 4/4 on defense, so we're still good. Does he do nothing, really? Ooh, wow, nice. Okay. Alright, alright, that's a good one. I think we just lose. Oh, unless we shut down the Dread Feast Demon with an attack, right? Okay, makes another 6/6. We'll say go here. Homing Zombie's not gonna do it. I guess we can attack and might as well go all out. I don't know. It's just as bad anyways. We might as well attack and go all out if we're not gonna win. Doesn't just hit me for 12. I guess I can still make a chump blocker, right? Like if I exile these two and then I attack, I can at least sacrifice 2 islands just to be safe here, so I can guarantee to get in for 4. This is all really bad. So I attack with all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blockers. He can block everything. That's funny, unless I give this unblockable. There's a chance he might block my 2-1. And then I can still recast it. I'm not sure. I'll go for it. If I attack with Sludge Monster, it gets rid of flying for one of them, but then it'll die. So yeah, it's not good. Opponent just has a crazy deck, and probably it's going to take it here. I just need to scare him. Maybe I should not main phase this. I don't know. That was bad. I should have just attacked and kind of scared him. And then he would have given me maybe an extra turn. But I'm hoping he falls for it. Yeah, I should not main phase this. I got a little bit too scared. Because like he couldn't have cast his spells from exile anyways. So there's no way he can lose here. He can just take it. The only way he loses is if he gives me a bait hook angler by chump blocking. Yeah. And it's not happening, yeah. Good games, your deck is crazy. Dread Feast Demon, yeah. This guy had the nuts blue-black deck. Way better. I mean, all we needed was Dread Feast Demon, and this guy got it. He took our Dread Feast Demon. Yeah, I should have just attacked with the 4/4 and the 2/1 and not played the Diagraph Horde. I was hoping he would just tap out for maybe even a Dreadhound I would have been fine with. So then we could have at least exiled the 2 cards and then take it from there. But it was close. Close game if he didn't drop Dread Feast Demon, I think we would have been in an alright state. We could have actually maybe gone back in the game. But his deck was also just insane, so yeah, if you're watching this, opponents, yeah, congratulations on your win, and yeah, your deck is cool. So compliments to you. So I learned from that matchup not to just main phase your spells all the time. If your opponent can't cast them, there's really no need to do so. I should have maybe just count my mana first before I did anything too haphazard. So I should what I should have done was maybe attack. Yeah, I mean he didn't need to block the bait hook angler, and the 6/6 were just gonna block the 4/4. I don't know. I mean there should have been some sort of out where I could have gotten the bait hook. Like I could have maybe used the Static Wiggner to sacrifice the bait hook angler and make a 1/2 because I knew he had Lantern Bear anyways to fly over. But it's kind of like, you know, if I don't do so, then I don't get a 4/4 Serpent. I don't know. That was interesting decision. This hand I'll keep. I'm hoping I can find Exploit Fodder. If not, we're still in the play, so I think we have to do so. I'm hoping we can find something to exploit with this. If not, I'm fine just running out Diagraph Horde on 5 and maybe sacrificing a token. So go. Hopefully we don't face against an aggro deck, but white is usually aggro, so I won't be surprised if we get run over by 2-drop and never get anything to exploit. Worst case, I need to run maybe the Fell Stinger as just a random 3/2 body. Biolumig, we were about to draw that. Huh. Alright, come on, give me my exploit fodder. Hey, at least he's not playing anything, so I'll just play nothing here. I could just run this out. That's bad. That's really bad. Don't just run it out. That's really bad. Like, a 3/2 Death Touch isn't bad, but, like, this trading to this is really bad, so I'm actually happy that we didn't run it out. I'll run out 1 Diagraph Horde. It's okay, even though I don't get to exile the Morning Patrol. I still want to get some exploit fodder going. Or maybe if I find something else, I'll probably run it out instead. And hold on to this Organ Hoarder. Alright. So another insane deck. Maybe this time blue-white disturb. Alright, nothing in the graveyard I want to exile. Probably could just run Hobbling Zombie, actually. Zombie isn't the worst. We can trade it off. Maybe snipe the Morning Patrol next turn. I'm totally fine blocking Morning Patrol and hoping he doesn't cast it. Yeah, I think it's correct. Maybe blocking the Morning Patrol if he attacks with it. That way I can just exile it. Or I can just block the Organ Hoarder. Like, he's gonna be very suspicious if I block here. Cause I'm playing. Maybe I'm just playing to play Dreadhound anyways. Let's just not like bait him in, because he can just cast this next turn and that gets really annoying. So I'm fine trading the Death Toucher off. I still get a token. Lantern Bearer, okay. And a Patrician Geist, wow. More Spirits, okay, so another nutty deck. Awakener, probably just play Dreadhounds, maybe start attacking, forcing the opponent to chump. And yeah, we get to drain him for 3, which is nice. And say go. These are all cards I'm happy to sack. I can't buy them back from the graveyard though. He probably has removal. Hey, the good news is if I don't get to 7, I can do a second one. I'm totally fine. Sometimes you do face against just the nutty opponents with the god decks, and yeah, this could be another one of those matchups. Bait hook, okay. I guess he can chump with that and we can exile. That's totally fine. Hopefully no Fierce Retribution. That would be kind of bad. I could always main phase his Static Awakener if he has Fierce Retribution. Lots. Alright, I can still attack with it. I'm still down to attack with it, honestly. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, let's go. Just takes it, okay. And do I Fell Stinger here? Let's just run a Diagraph Horde. Get out more Decayed Zombie tokens, and then maybe we can get for lethal next turn, who knows. Because we have a second Diagraph Horde. I think we might be able to kill him here. We'll see. We might be able to just freaking kill him next turn. If the opponent isn't careful. Yeah, I might just Alpha next turn, actually. That's not a bad idea. Because we have another Diagraph Horde as backup. So even if he makes good blocks here, we can still, like, exile his Disturb stuff. And, you know, it's not like he has a lot of damage in the air. He's still on a 2-turn clock, so I think we actually Alpha Strike. Gutterstorm, okay. That's a good one. So now I don't really have any good attacks. I can still attack for the hell of it. Just gonna be unblockable if I attack into it. Do I stack the Dreadhound or do I stack the 2-2? Probably stack the 2-2. Yeah, we just need to attack here, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the kill next turn. I think this is my only way. This goes unblocked if it attacks alone, so it can't go unblocked unless it's only attacking alone. So next turn is the Alpha Strike. But he might have enough blockers. Even the Soul Cypher is fine. He's just gonna attack for 4. Okay, so he's just gonna keep up enough blockers to survive. Yeah, I think we just Alpha Strike here. There's not much I can do, and then maybe we can like Fell Stinger to finish him off, or even Behemoth. I don't think we have a choice but to go wide and kill him. Scob Wrangler, Fell Stinger. Yeah, let's just go. We don't have a choice. And these chump blocks still means that the Dreadhound triggers will be on the stack after the creature dies, so it's fine. He has no choice but to block this, this, and this. And then by sacrificing my Fell Stinger, I can deal 3 points of damage to him, so Still okay. I mean, I guess if this gets nerfed, it's still 2-turn clock. But I guess this will transform and become untapped. So. I guess yeah, so, good games. I mean, hey. Dreadhound, Mythic Uncommon. Yeah, these games are very close, but hey, you just gotta go for it. Alright, sweet. We took out another nutty opponent. I mean, we finally took out a nutty opponent. I wasn't even sure if we were gonna win that one. But Darkgraph Horde is just so disgusting with Dreadhound in play. And luckily he didn't have any clean removal for Dreadhound, so I was able to just... The burn ability is just so powerful. So 4-1, let's keep this up. I really want this to be my final draft, but in my heart, I really want to maybe do another draft. One more double feature and just call it. I'll be back. I need to grab coffee. I'm kind of hyper. Ooh, Gavney Trapper. Skullscob? I'm not exploiting anything here. It's kind of sad if I have to exploit my Larder Zombie. I could, just for funsies, but I mean, this is just more value, right? Like, over the extra attacker. Like, just having a guy that helps me surveil is really nice at the end of every turn so I can hit my land drops and whatnot. Good attack for 2. Yeah, if I do, I guess I want to play Desperate Farmer pre-combat, right? Because by playing a pre-combat, if I attack, I get to surveil. Yeah, if he's just going to do that, I'm fine attacking. So he can use Fierce Retribution. He could, I guess he has a trick here. Yeah, Blessed Defiance, +2, yeah, right. Fair enough. But this is a 4-3 now. So, gotta sequence correctly. Make sure you always main phase your stuff if you have to. Probably going to tap down the 4-3 on his turn. Felstinger's not bad. I guess I can Felstinger a Larder Zombie. Let's go. Alright, it's fine. I just want to apply pressure and also, of course, hit my land drops, so... No lands, okay. Opponent's also missing his land drops, so now he top-decked the land, okay. Fair enough. If he plays a creature, I can always revenge it in a smash for 7. Resistance Squad, okay, that's not a card I really want to revenge. Kind of annoying, though. Land, I could play a Static Awakener, but I do want to revenge here, just because. If I revenge this, he has to replay it and draw a card. I could always revenge the Gavney Trapper. If I revenge this, he puts on top, he draws another card. So it's not like he loses value. I'm just going to revenge the Gavney Trapper. And then I can attack. He's probably going to trade for my Lifelink or take 3. Guess I don't mind just sending in Felstinger for now, because I don't really want him to trade for my Harvester. Okay. That's a clean 2-for-1. I mean, not really 2-for-1 because he drew a card, but hey, I killed Gavney Trapper in a sense, so. Yeah, I guess he just wants his land drop, so he's doing this. Okay. Biolumeg? I might want to exploit Biolumeg instead. Let's do that instead. Let's play Biolumeg. Surveil. And I don't hate keeping the island bombing the swamp, even though I do want to draw Dreadhound eventually. I don't think I'm that desperate. Yeah, let's swing for 4 because Ecstatic Awakener doesn't want to run into a Fellstinger here. I could also do the cute trigger on a stack thing with the zombie. If he does nothing and pass, I'm probably just going to stack the egg and attack. Since I don't really want to like just run out Sludge Munch, Stir Battle Value. Okay, that's fine. So I'm probably just going to stack the token, and that's okay. Actually, yeah, stacking the token is okay. I was about to attack and then do the whole sack before combat damage thing, but I think that's too cute. We can always bounce whatever he plays back to. But then I don't have any great targets for Sludge Monster. I can bounce it back. Do I want to, though? Not really. I'll let it die. And land was a great top deck, so now, once he's out of removal, Dreadhound is just going to win me the game. And milling 3 lands is really huge. Holy crap, that's good. I don't have to draw those 3 lands now. Clarion Cathar is okay. Organ Hoarder, that's good. We'll attack. Fine with any chumps. And this also triggers off. This also triggers a Dreadhound too. Since if I put any cards in the yard, it's going to trigger, so that's good. I could Thirst and do Organ Hoarder. Nah, let's just Organ Hoarder. I might want to not draw into a land. Behemoth, Scott Wrangler is really good. Let's just do this. I get to run out Scott Wrangler, so hope he's out of hope he has no sweepers. White's always the scariest because they always have these dumb sweepers. Another removal spell? That would suck. Heat Alive for 4 mana, that's rough. Okay. I don't want to bounce any of this. I can revenge it, just be annoying, but then he gets a draw, make another 1/1. Kind of sucks. I guess I can tap down his creature. Let's just do this, yeah. And I don't hate the bombing here. Attack for 5. This guy's running like mono removal, it's kind of crazy. Gift of Fangs. I guess I'll bounce my own dude. I'm actually just going to bounce it. I want to draw more cards. Ooh, Diagraph Horde. That's nice. I could just Diagraph Horde and go wide. Yeah, I'm fine sending in these 2. Hopefully he doesn't have anything here. And I can... Okay, Cemetery Protector, that's annoying. Alright, rip. Rip. That's so rude. I guess now I'll just Sludge Monster the Cemetery Protector and hope he doesn't have another removal spell. This is not a card you want to play around. Alright, rip. We still did a lot of damage to the opponent, but he's stabilizing very well. Let's just make sure he doesn't have any more answers. By doing this, we make sure he doesn't make 1/1 chump blockers. And we get to kill it too, that's nice. Oh, because it makes it... Oh, it took 2 damage, so yeah. That was nice. Another removal on my upkeep, I guess. Nope. Hey, I flipped the switch, that's great. I'm still just going to attack here, I think. I can just keep a flip the switch next turn. I don't really need to, Yeah, keep a Thirst, keep a flip the switch. I think that's okay. Sure. I don't want to run into a sweeper. We should be fine because let's say he does kill this, or he resolves, or I counter something and he still gets behind that, we can still diagraph for it, make some 2/2s and take it from there. Alright, we'll discard the cheap stuff that I don't care about anymore in this matchup. Easy. I think he could just be faking something here. I guess he can pay for it. That sucks. Alright, if I flip the switch here, what happens? I still make a 2/2 zombie. Yeah, I guess it's dead. I do want to keep up flip the switch, so I'm just gonna Organ Hoarder. Pass a turn. Alright, that should be the nail in the coffin. Wow, Nutter removal? Nice. This guy's like, I'm telling you, he's running mono removal. It's fucking crazy. I'll take a land, because it's like the final card in our library, so I guess he can deck us. Okay, good games. Yeah. The one lone zombie getting in for lethal, nice. This guy's running like mono removal with like Cemetery Predator. So crazy, holy shit. It's like, he's playing with some insane control deck with maybe another sweeper. We almost decked ourselves too at 6 life. I mean, that's 6 cards left, but yeah, you can see how powerful why blue is just so good. So much tempo, so much card advantage, ways to go wide with decayed zombie tokens, blah blah blah. Flip the switch is pretty ridiculous. Revenge of the Drowned is pretty ridiculous. Falcon A-Bomb is ridiculous. Great synergy with blue and white. It's just so stupid. And green too, to a lesser extent. Alright, 5 and 1. Let's keep this up. Oh, I guess the opponent knew. Oh, that's really clever. I see now. The turn where he actually took the 5 damage from Sludge Monster, he knew he couldn't pay for Revenge of the Drowned. So that's why he did it. Alright, so that was definitely a smart opponent. But if I was the opponent, I would actually just pull the trigger on the Valor Stance. But I think he knew something was up because I didn't play my I didn't play my play out my Bait-Hook Angler. So, all right, this is a great hand. A Static Awakener, Bait-Hook Angler. Hey, we have turn 3, 4/4 that draws us a card. Assuming this doesn't die, this is a great hand. So essentially, if you're drafting double feature, just draft Crimson Vow. Just draft. No, sorry. If you're drafting double feature, draft like you would do Midnight Hunt, and you should be fine. 1 red, so it could be a burn spell. Yeah, probably see a burn spell. Rip. Luckily, we don't have any graveyard recursion, so. And luckily, that doesn't eat Bait-Hook Angler, so. Falconwrath Perforator, I'm fine just blocking. So yeah, that's a problem with cards like these. They're just. Yeah, that's a problem with red-black. It's just, you know, like. I trade off, I make a 1/2 body, you do nothing. Yeah, I guess he's just doing this just to trigger the Bloodthirst. We can bounce whatever he plays back, or just Thirst for Discovery and bounce it with Revenge next turn. Arrogant Outlaw, there's nothing I can do against that. Yeah, let's just Revenge. Thirst, I mean. Do I discard land? I really want to hit my lands here. I might have to. It kind of sucks. Because, let's say I don't discard land, what am I discarding? Like, these two? Yeah, I have to discard land. Hope I top deck another one. That's kind of bad, though. I don't really want this to happen, but it is what it is. Larder Zombie. Okay, Larder Zombie plus Doom Descender isn't the worst. Question is, do I double block it? If I do and he blows me out, I still make a 2/2 token, so it's not the end of the world. I think I will go for a double block if he attacks. And eventually get my 4th land, hopefully. Just passes? Alright, that's great. I could Skull Scop here, might as well exploit the 1/1, I think, or I guess we can always Bait-Hook Angler. Just to get a flyer in. Hold on to this, maybe. I mean, Skull Scopping this isn't bad. I get some tempo. I get a lot of tempo. Let's do this. And we do have the Makra Behemoth that can also start that can sacrifice whatever we need to exploit as well. And this way by ooh, Florian, okay, I might have to bounce that. That's a scary card. But like the thing is we're just drawing so much, it's kinda crazy. Let's find our 4th land. Where is it? Where's our 4th land? Come on, where's my 4th land game? Okay, finally. So now I can keep up Revenge of the Drowned. Yeah, I don't have to do anything, I can just say go. If he attacks with Florian, I can just block with everyone. I can still kill him, and if he has a trick, I can just Revenge. So I don't actually mind just triple blocking here. Even if I lose my Skull Scab, I don't have anything that says exploit in my hand, so I can't really take advantage of the extra token and whatnot. This is a little bit difficult to block though. I might need a 5th land here. Syncopate isn't the worst. So let's say this attacks, what happens? I would need to put 3 blockers in front of it, which is kind of annoying. I guess I can Revenge of the Drown and then Syncopate end of turn. So let's try that. Let's keep this on top, and then let's just Revenge. I could also Revenge Florian for all that's worth, because Florian is probably the worst card, and I can still triple block this, but I lose everything. Do I really want that? Florian's just the scariest card. I'm gonna bounce the stupid Florian, and then counter it on the way back. And I might just want to triple block this next turn. Still keep up counter spell, balance, etc. Opponent's just debating whether or not he should even keep this on top or not. But this buys us so much time. Ooh, bottoms it. Wow. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Yeah, we'll say go. This is a 5/4? Shit. Okay. Whenever each blocking gets -1, whenever a creature blocking dies, this controller loses 1 life. So I'll lose 3 life here at the expense of triple blocking this, which I think is okay. Actually it's a 5/4, so that's a problem. Do I quad block it? If I quad block it, do I lose everything? Maybe I just bounce it. I'll bounce it. Waste his turn. I was hoping to counter something, but this is okay. Just make him replay his spells. Plays Diagraph Scavenger, that's annoying. Okay, rip. Land's good, yep. So the grand question: do I keep up Counterspell, or do I play my 5-drop here? I think I'm fine throwing 2 zombies under the bus here, actually, and then countering the stupid Baneblade Scoundrel, because it's just so hard to interact with. Let's say he does play it, and I do run the Makra Behemoth. I'm still in a kind of a slow position. I think we just say go here, and if he attacks here, I will double block and send 2 zombies away. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'll double block, and then we can still surveil end of turn unless he sends everyone. Or I can just take 2 and block the 3/2. Do I double block and lose 2 creatures? This Death Toucher is annoying, but I think we still go for this here. 2/2 isn't the end of the world, and we can counter anything annoying he plays. I'm fine countering this. Let's counter that still. I mean, I didn't keep up my mana for nothing, so let's counter that. Because he could have double spell. He could have played the Famished Foragers into the stupid Baneblade Scoundrel. Oh, Felstinger's really good. Let's keep that on top. And then I guess I can exploit itself, funny enough, to make a token. I could just get the Behemoth out here, actually. It doesn't count as exploit, so I don't actually get the trigger. So I think we actually do this. And then I'm fine swinging for 4, I guess. Since we should have enough going on. that's fine. Hopefully no land into 4-drop. Shady Traveler's okay. And I can take 2. If I attack here, he can set up a double block. It's okay, though. I think I actually wanted the double block. Let's attack. Like, he loses a Death Toucher and something, but I get to swing in for 7, which is a lot. I guess I can Fell Stinger and Doom the Center and shit out a bunch of 2/2s this turn, too. So I don't have to necessarily play Digraph Horde. And I get some extra blockers. And I'm fine with this double block. He loses so much board presence if he decides to go for this route. Yeah, I'll take it. This is good. And hopefully he doesn't have ways to recur back creatures again. Funny he got rid of his 3 toughness blockers. Do I need to tap anything down this turn? I could just tap this first to Surveil, honestly. Because I should have enough blockers if I go for this, so let's just Surveil first. Sludge Monster we're definitely keeping. So we make like 2 2/2s. It's pretty insane. And we can draw 2 cards. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have a discard spell because I might have a land, but this is great. I can even bounce a Baneblade Scoundrel or shut down the Sludge Monster. Might want to just shut down the Sludge Monster. Wow, it kills my Death Toucher. Interesting. I guess I might as well use Larder Zombie if that's the case. Before it dies. I can scry any land to the bottom at this point. Don't really need it. Unless I have Dreadhound, but... this is okay. So, is he dead here if I attack with all? I can put him pretty far behind. But I probably want to just play out Sludge Monster, right? Instead of Revenge. Let's think here. Probably fine playing on Sludge Monster. And just attack. He loses all abilities, so it doesn't matter. Do I send in Skull Scob? Trade isn't the worst. I also don't have many Exploiters anymore. Like, what do I have? Not much itself. Yeah, I don't have anything that says Exploit anymore, so I'm fine losing this 2/2. I don't know what this is about, but I'll block it the 1/3. I guess he could have removal for my 5/5. That's why he took it, so then he can swing back for 4. But then I can always bounce this. Yeah, he has removal. That's the reason why. All right, I take 2. That kind of sucks. All right, I'll be taking 4. I can bounce it next turn, or if he stays back, I can just bounce it and swing back for 8. I actually don't mind him attacking, but I'm hoping he doesn't burn me out of nowhere. That would kind of suck. Yeah, I'll take 4. And next turn, I guess we bounce this. I don't think there's any 5-mana burn spell. Let's just go. And we can actually do it now, so he doesn't draw anything good. Let's just do it now, yeah. I actually like this play. This way, in case he top decks something annoying. Oh, never mind. I just made him bomb it. I thought it was Diver Scob. Diver Scob actually... No, Diver Scob is also a choice, right? Let me see. Yeah. Revenge is also a choice. If this always put on top, that would be pretty insane. Okay, he has nothing. Unless he has a sweeper. Man, 1 mana for Flip the Switch would have been great here. Graveyard Trespasser is not bad. He's still dead, though, I think. He goes up to 5. If he kills a zombie, okay, so he's still not dead. I guess it's 6 damage, so never mind, he's just dead. Yeah. Unless I don't attack. Which is kind of wrong, so let's go. So yeah, Decay is just so powerful. Like, the tempo advantage that you get, like, it's can lead you to games, just into winning games. Like, the extra power bonus and boost. Next, like, we can still play Biolume, play Flip the Switch next turn as well. So. Yeah, this is why I don't like double feature vampires. It's cards like this are just kind of whatever. They just trade off while your opponent is just disturbing another creature or their Organ Warrior draws a card. And then there's also, and this is fine, but it's also just worse than Falcon Wrath Celebrants. It doesn't have Menace. It doesn't make any blood tokens. I just hate having that risk of getting a bunch of crappy Midnight Hunt vampires, and I'd rather just do Crimson Vow vamps. So that's why I don't like to do the whole vampires red black thing. I, from what I've read, white red aggro is actually pretty decent too in this double feature, because you aren't focused on synergy. You just take all the good white red aggressive cards and go, and traveling minister is insane. So I don't know. Plus, probably just roping me here, just pretty salty. Yeah, that's what people do. There's not much I can say. They can yell at the screen or get salty. It's not my concern. 14 cards left. This deck is so stupid. I actually don't regret going this in over Scatter Thoughts. Scatter Thoughts would have been kind of awkward in some of these matches, because again, it just didn't affect the board state at all. It didn't counter anything. And we do already have Double Revenge, which is just way better, or in order, etc. So. So let's just say we don't kill him this turn. We can still play Biolumic, block. He gets to drain us, but we have to flip the switch as backup in case he has like a 5-mana burn spell. So getting that land off the top was pretty huge. All right, this should be the final rope. Nope. Still keeps roping us. All right. That's fair. I have enough time. This card's also okay. You bounce a creature back to your hand, and then you can attack back. The fact that you're also just making zombie tokens just also makes bounce a little bit better. So it's not wrong main decking this if you're running removal. It's just that obviously you want things that kill and things that exile, so yeah. What's annoying are people who rope for no reason. Like I can understand like you rope because you lose and you're kind of salty, but like if you're just roping like turn one, just being annoying, then yeah, that's not like what you want to play against. Yeah, there should be some sort of penalty for doing so. Not just losing the game, but maybe something like you're banned from playing for, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. I don't know. I don't decide these choices. Okay, let's see. 6-1. This is like the best deck we drafted so far, since usually our drafts go usually 2 losses and then 7 wins, but hey, this could be the first 7-1. So yeah, let's face against the final boss. Hope it's not Sam Black or any of the prominent limited podcasters like Lord Tupperware or I don't know what's his name, Corticals, or even Ben Stark. Let's go. Or LSV, I don't know. LSV is probably doing Cube. I faced against Def C multiple times too, and I've won them, I've lost them as well. So just putting out some names, just putting some names out there. People who are great at limited and makes great content. People that I watch. So let's see. Opening hands. Hey, this is probably one of our worst hands so far. We're on the draw. Can I really afford to keep this? We can have access to maybe a turn 2 Syncopate to counter something, and then maybe Thirst into something. So it can be a pretty slow hand if the opponent is aggressive with multiple 2-drops. We can easily die, but having Syncopate early is always not the worst. So opponent gets the initiative here. I mean, this is the final boss, right? Can we really afford to mulligan? I think we keep it. We'll risk it here, and we'll see. I can see worse hands, but this is by no means amazing. Ooh, Bait-Hook Angler, never mind. Alright, so we got saved by 2-drop at least. We can turn 3, keep up Counterspell, and also Thirst. And I'm fine discarding any islands that we grab. So yeah, 2-1 lines up nicely in a 2-2, and it becomes a body. So that's great, and even better if you can make it larger. Alright, he makes this into a 3-3. Alright, I'll be taking 3 in the meantime. Maybe I need to trade off the 2-1 for the 1-1 at this stage, who knows. Play lands to go. Keep up Syncopate and Thirst. And then Organ Hoarder can hold off the 3-3, so I'll trade for the 1-1 if he attacks with it. Yeah, no reason not to. Now, also disincentivizes Coven. Okay, I think this is going to be exiled because if it dies, it makes a 1-2 Spider, and it can also attack past Organ Hoarder. So I think it's reasonable enough to counter here that I will go for it. And now Organ Hoarder lines up nicely against a 3-3, also draws us a card. Gonna pick up any swamps here and discard everything else, unfortunately. Alright, I hate getting rid of this, but we really need a swamp in this deck, in this hand. Otherwise, we're never gonna cast any of these spells. So yeah, just gain these nice 2-for-1s. Makes it into a 4-4, alright. Interesting. I guess I take it. And then I could play Baithook Angler instead of a double block next turn, or keep up Revenge. I would love to keep up Revenge along with another spell, so I could just Revenge now, actually, or just Revenge on his turn. I don't know, we'll just say go. I'll just Revenge this. If he attacks. This way, yeah. This is essentially killing the 4-4. There's no hexproof white trick in this format, so. And does nothing, okay, that's even better. So now what? I could Behemoth, but I might want to set up Desperate Farmer first. And then I think I just run out the Baithook Angler here. And I can attack for 3 because the Baithook Angler blocks the 1-1 quite well. I guess I could also send in the Decay token, but I want to save the Decay token for the Behemoth, so it's fine. This final boss is drafting white-green Coven, it seems like, so I highly doubt he has any sweepers, but you never know. So yeah, going all in with counters is not what you want to do in this set. And then next turn we can exploit the 2-2 and then, sacrifice and then attack for 7. And gain some life too. Could even send in the Hookon Drifter if we want. So yeah, just doing nothing. Yeah, I don't have double blacks to play a Static Awakener to stack, so we'll just do this. Yeah, so Decay with Exploit is pretty insane. And we get a 4-3 Lifelinker. So yeah, grabbing that single swamp was pretty paramount. As much as I hate discarding again, Scob Wrangler, it was a necessary evil. Could see a +2/+2. That's okay, I still gain a life, you know. He's still 2-for-1 himself, I still gain some life, it's not a big deal. Opponent's deck seems pretty medium. Valor Stance, that's nice, cool. If I get an island, I'm going to cast Thirst. If not, and I get a second swamp, I'm going to play Diregraph Ordnance into Static Awakener. Wow, doesn't even get any counters to put into. Pretty sad Angelic Quartermaster. Alright, I guess we just Thirst here. And then we get to discard land. Not going to bounce the Angelic Quartermaster, but we can play land, play a Static Awakener, and then attack for 3, and then end of turn. Sacrifice the Hookon Drifter. Because we can always chump with the Hookon Drifter and sack it to make this into a 4-4, so even better. And now he's forced to trade Angelic Quartermaster for a 4-3-2 that drew me a card, so that's quite good. And then next turn, I could just play Diregraph Ordnance sack, and then keep the Hookon Drifter around. Sigarda, okay, that's a good one. It's just a 4-4. I could always bounce it, but it doesn't really give me any tempo advantage. Yeah, let's just say go. Dreadhound? I guess I can just play Dreadhound instead. And then maybe bounce Sigarda if it decides to attack, or chump it. Say go. can chump it. Don't mind. Then play Dark Graph Horde, sack it, draw a card. So this gives your humans +1/+1 whenever attacks. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, blah blah blah. Let's see if he's stubborn enough to attack, and he does. So if I bounce it, can he recast it? Yes, he can. So I'm fine chumping here. I don't need to take unnecessary damage. And this way I can still drain. I guess it tramples. I should have thought about. So I mean, I guess I get to absorb some damage at the very least. It's not the worst. And I guess it ends up in exile, so it doesn't count as killing. So never mind. Okay. So next turn I can send in Dreadhound, force to chump, and then I can exile with Diagraph Horde. I think that's better. Let's see what he has here. So I'm hoping he chumps here. We'll see go. Alright, I'm liking the chump. And then now we get to exile, which is really sweet. As well as keep up 1 mana Alchemist Retrieval. And yeah, let's exile this and this. And then play land. And I might as well sack now. Just to make this into a 4/4. And draw a card. And even Sludge Monster can answer Sigarda. So I guess he went into Sigarda. He went green-white because of Sigarda, but I still don't think the commons in green-white are amazing. So we can easily take 4, and then we should be fine. Opponent's forced to chump, and even then I can still bounce his creature and attack for lethal, so he would need some sort of board wipe. But even if he does, I still have Sludge Monster to follow up, and I'm still gaining life. Wow, Primal Adversary. Okay, I guess I can still bounce a token. So multiple bombs. It's just a 3/3. I can still block it. Is the opponent still going to attack for 4? Wow, still attacks for 4. Okay, no fear. Alright. So now what? Okay. I guess if I use on the land, does it lose all abilities? I guess it's still a creature, right? Let's see. If I bounce this, lock this down, attack, I guess I win, so let's just do that. I guess this has to be a non-land permanent, right? That's kind of rough. Let's see. If I attack with these 3, what happens? Let's do some math here. So if I bounce this, attack with all, he chumps. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this dies, so it should be 10. So we should have lethal. Let's return this back to his hand. And then we can send in all, and I can still play Sludge Monster on Sigarda if things go awry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then both of these die, and I get to trigger off a Dreadhound. It should be lethal. Yeah, so yeah, all right, we got it. 7-1. Finally, our final draft. Maybe our final draft. I don't know. I'm debating. Our final draft. Or not. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see here. Do I really want to keep continuing this? Maybe one more. Like, I'm down to do maybe one more draft. So yeah, sweet. Finally a 7-1. Yeah. What can I say? Just a broken blue-black deck, and we are ranked 12 Mythic. So do I want to keep continuing here? I mean, there's one more. Maybe I just call it. Some of these videos are just so long, but I mean, come on. All I do is draft blue-black in this set. It's just kind of boring. So yeah, just an insane Dreadhound, some Just make a million zombies, win the game, etc. Not a ton of removal. Like our removal isn't like Infernal Grasp or even like Bleed Dry or Eaten Alive, but still, it was still enough enough threats that we managed to get there. So yeah, this deck was really sweet. Nice 7-win Blue Black Zombies deck. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just claim the prize. I mean, it's about to go away soon. Maybe just one more. I'm kind of in the mood for one more, but it's gonna take up this whole video. You know, yeah, let's do one more. What am I talking about? Let's do one more. It could suck, but that's totally fine. This was this previous draft was good enough that I'm satisfied if this second draft sucks. But maybe this second draft can get me up to top 10 Mythic, and that can be a nice goal. Alright, pack one, pick one, the Premier Draft double feature. We have a sweeper, but there's Scob Wrangler, and we're going to take Scob Wrangler. Sweepers aren't great in this set because of Disturb, because of Organ Hoarder, because of Scattered Thoughts and Thirst for Discovery and things that draws a bunch of cards. It's still a good card. Like, if you're playing like white-blue or white-black and you're more controlling and you have a bunch of Disturb creatures, it's still a good card to take. And it would be my second pick out of this pack over like Moonrager Slash and Weaver Blossoms. But yeah, Scout Wrangler's busted, so hopefully we end up in blue-black or blue-whites. But yeah, been down on these white sweepers. White, again, wants to be kind of aggressive, so sometimes this can just end up as a dead card if you have a bunch of creatures and you're... Like, if you're head on board, this is kind of like a dead card. But if you're behind, it's nice emergency button, but still, I don't like it that much. Take Scob Wrangler. After Scob Wrangler, alright, it's probably just maybe Circle of Confinement over Midnight Ambush, over Omnis Roost. Omnis Roost is only really going to be good in like a blue-white or green-blue deck. Obviously, if I want to go blue-white, I think having access to premium removal is more important than making a bunch of 1/1 flyers, since usually you should be able to make enough 1/1 flyers from Disturb. I mean, make enough flyers from Disturb. You don't need extra value, but yeah, it's still fine. If I was locked in blue-white already, this would be a nice addition, but I would take the Circle of Confinement here. Colossus is also just too expensive. Kind of a cute card, but if you don't have lands in your hand, it's kind of whatever. So take a Circle of Confinement. Alright, Valor Stance. Alright, I guess we could be blue-white or white-based. Best card in this pack. Nice flexible spell. Gives a creature indestructible or destroys toughness 4 or greater, which is in the set, obviously, since there's a lot of big bombs and stuff running around. Also wouldn't mind like a Soul Guy Gryph if this wasn't in this pack. Also red-white dual land, which could be interesting, but we'll take Valor Stance. No amazing white cards here. I don't think we're pivoting to Blood Type Harvester, and I think it actually gets worse in this format. Blue-red, I don't know. We're kind of base white with what we just took, so I'm not sure here. I don't even really like Unblinking Observer and the whole blue-white Disturb thing. Might actually just take Rift Rider. Like, this isn't great, but it's just a 3-mana 2/1 flyer. And we can hopefully get a Beguiler later and find creature in the blue-white deck, can tap things down, but you just want a bunch of flyers in blue-white. Yeah, I'll take Rift Rider. It's pretty unexciting. Best card is like Harvester, but we're not pivoting at this stage. We just took 2 powerful white cards. This pack is whatever. Shadowbeast Sighting, I guess, is the best card. I guess if we end up blue-white, green-white-green, I guess, the Defend the Celestis could just be better, because we're trying to go wide and enable Covenant training. This is a card I do like mostly in a blue-green deck, since you can self-mill it, and then ramp, and then cast a flashback half later. And there's always Hookhand Mariner you can pick up, so I'll take Defend the Celestis. Maybe if we end up some sort of green-white Covenant training deck, it's quite a cool card to have. Okay, nothing great here. Man, okay, so we must be in a pod full of good drafters, because there's just nothing good here. Burn the Accursed, Adamant Will, whatever. Starling Wolf is kind of whatever in green-white training. Guess I'll take Adamant Will. I guess black-white can maybe use Persistent Specimen. But I don't know, just take a random white card. and I can just take a Beguiler now as a fine Curve Topper. And yeah, I don't know. This is just really awkward. Are we screwed? No idea. Maybe white-red. I don't really like Skywarp Scob in base white decks. Man, these packs have just been really awful. What's going on? Did we just get thrown into white and then just immediately get cut off? I don't know here. I'm probably just going to take Cruel Witness here. There's also Weaver of Blossoms if I wanted to do the whole white-green training thing, but as we all know, we just want to be blue in this format, and this is a decent top-end flyer, so... I mean a mid-range flyer. Nice mid-range flyer. Double blue, though, so it's kind of at odds with some double white cards if we pick them up, but we'll see. Alright, I don't hate Gale Drifter. It's okay. There's Drownyard Amalgam. It has some synergy in blue-whites, but I really like in a more defensive, like, green-blue deck, since you can mill pretty deep, and it can become an unblockable... It can become a good blocker, and then also become unblockable in the late game, since green-blue is just the more controlling. But since blue-white tends to be more aggressive, I think I like the Gale Drifter here, which is fine. Take a Specimen. So, it doesn't seem like black is open, so it seems like we're just going to be base blue-whites for the most part, and that should be fine. Blue-white fires is the archetype I drafted the most in this format, and it's still tier 1. Curving Griff Rider and the Gale Drifter is quite nice, as well as Cruel Witness. This card's okay, but it's at least has Disturb. Take a random Brimstone Vano. Don't care. I'm never going to main deck Sanctify. It's not what you want to do in this format. So the first pack went okay. Didn't see any... This must be a more difficult pod because we weren't past any insane cards, like the previous draft. But still good enough. Wow, that's a nice gift. I'm definitely taking Wedding Announcement over Organ Order and Covetous Castaway. If this wasn't this pack, it would be a clear Organ Order. But Covetous Castaway is always nice with Disturb as well. It can become a big flyer later. It can help put some cards in the yard, but Wedding Announcement is a bomb. And yeah, you can just pump our whole team, make some 1/1s, draw us cards, assuming we can attack with more than one. Wow, Sigarden Savior, perfect. Oh my god, this is what we get for sticking to white. We get past an insane flyer at 5. And yeah, it returns up to 2 target creatures with mana value 2 or less from our graveyard, so we can bring back Scab Wrangler, or maybe even a Traveling Minister, assuming we can get one. But I'm not going to take Traveling Minister over Sigarden Savior. That is a big no-no. Heron of Hope is nice. Mischievous Catgeist. Ominous Roost. So interesting here. We seem like we're in a blue-white deck that doesn't care about disturbing as much. I wouldn't mind this decent 2-drop. I mean, but we can always pick up like other 2-drops later. The Ominous Roost also just doesn't seem great with what we have right now. So I'm kind of just liking Heron of Hope. Gives me a nice flyer. And it has lifelink, so if I pick up Traveling Ministers and Lunarch Veterans, it can help me stabilize in the race. I'm going to try to bank on getting maybe some more 2-drops later, and also this keeps me in whites, and we were past 2 white bomb. I mean, we opened up a white bomb, and we were past a white bomb, so if we stick with white, there's a chance we can wheel some blue cards, so Heron's just a better common, I think. And yeah, I don't think we're moving to red anytime soon. These 2 cards are really good, though. We have Brimstone Vandal and like Harvest Titan Infiltrator. So I could consider Restless Stormseeker over an okay bounce spell. Like these 2 blue, like the best blue card's Scab Wrangler, but blue might not be open. Maybe this is a draft where we do end up drafting the red-white aggro deck, so I'll take Reckless Stormseeker. Also, Falcon Raft Celebrants is great. Mysterious Tome is just kind of slow. We'll consider this. It's just too good. Okay, there's a Resistance Squad here. There's also Shipwreck Sifters. It's not like we're running a ton of humans, but I guess this makes 1/1 human tokens, and Griff Rider's a human. Sifters can be kind of cute with the whole Disturb thing, but it's also just okay. I think I take Resistance Squad here. This way, if we end up red-white, it can still have some synergy. Okay, no blue cards I'm excited about, no red cards. There's a late to Static Awakener. Journal is just too slow. Guess I take a Static Awakener, since it's the best card in the pack. And then, not sure if I want Hungry Ridge Wolf. There's still Larder Zombie. What's a Ridge Wolf going to do for us? I guess we have some Wolves that we can curve out with. Larder Zombie's okay. I won't be surprised if I still end up blue-white at the end of this draft. I'm still going to take Hungry Ridge Wolf here over, like, Undead Butler, which is also a fine card. Yeah, I won't be surprised if I end up blue and miss on a Larder Zombie here. I guess we take another Cruel Witness, just stack up on the 4-drop flyers for the hell of it. There's also Kratos Safety. Kratos isn't the worst card to have access to. It's kind of cheap, kind of annoying. Kind of like a counter spell to keep up with one of our flyers. And we do have some decent 4s already. I'm going to take a Cradle. And then I'll take an Organ Hoarder. Wow, pick 9. Yeah, I see. I told you guys I had a reason to be in blue. We'll take Organ over the rest of these. They're good cards. But take Evolving Wilds, since I don't care about Drown Yard as much. And we got the Shipwreck Sifters anyway, so not bad. No real instances of sorceries and things to stack with the Repository Scob. So what are we missing from the stack? Some more disturbed creatures. We have the flyers covered, the bombs covered, some interaction covered, but we need some more disturbed creatures. So the Catgeist wouldn't have been a bad card to pick up over Heron, but Heron is, again, I think, more powerful. But next pack we can dedicate on more like cheap disturbed creatures we can put in the yard. Because that's what white-blue is all about. Or we just end up like a white-blue flyers deck. Not sure. But now with the Evolving Wilds, Cruel Witness gets a little bit better. And we don't have that much double white running around. So yeah, 4s are stacked. We need some more 2s. More stuff to put in the yard with Disturb. Or splashing a bomb. Ooh, Jacob. I don't hate Jacob. Jacob has nothing to do with Disturb, but at 6 mana, once you activate it, you just draw a million cards, and that's kind of great. Otherwise, Memory Deluge is kind of a worse Scatter Thoughts, since it doesn't put things in the graveyard for Disturb. Fine card, but I think it's worse than Scatter Thoughts. Blessed Defiance is okay, Retrieval, but Jacob is a nice gift here. Nice blue rare. Lunar Rejection is nice, but I probably need to take Baithook Angler here. It's between Baithook and Lunar for sure. We have some interaction already. I like the fact that this draws this card, but we really need some Disturb cards here with Baithook. Otherwise, the Shipwreck Sifter is kind of like a dead card almost. And we really need some 2s, so I'm liking the Baithook Angler here. Yeah, our 4s are stacked, so it gets kind of awkward when you have all these 4-drop flyers and you have like an expensive 4-mana instant, assuming they don't play werewolves. Because werewolves, it gets a discount, which is nice. So another reason why green decks get punished because of Lunar Rejection. But yeah, I think Baithook is the correct choice for what we have. Otherwise, we're just running all these expensive 4-drops, and it just becomes not fun. And it's also human to go along with Resistance Squad. Okay, I think it's Morning Patrol over Search Party. I like this card a lot, but Morning Patrol has more synergy. It's another human soldier that we can discard to like Shipwreck Sifters. And a Disturb card, so yeah, we'll take Morning Patrol. Ooh, Biolumeg. Biolumeg it's not great in this format because, you know, everyone takes the Disturb cards. I also don't think Fear of Death is any better, honestly. So I'm probably just going to take the good card here. Maybe there's a chance we end up with a Diver Scob, who knows. I don't think I'm splashing for anything. Almost got me there, game. You almost got me. Alright, Evolving Wild, Splash Morbid. Yeah, we did it in one of our games, and we're doing it again. Why are we past this card? Like, what was this still doing in the pack? Pick 5. I guess no one wants to be splashing, but that's fine. A Pump Spell? I highly doubt I need Wretched Throng. I don't think I'm splashing, or I can just take Splendid Reclamation for gems. Yeah, there's a chance we need Ritual. Not sure. It's kind of whatever. Baithook? Yeah, over Piercing Light? Sure. So we might have to play this Beguiler given that we don't have much removal. We have a lot of threats, lots of recursion, good value with Morbid, with Sigarda, with Sigarda and Savior. Um, this is kind of whatever still. Sigarda and Savior, Baithook Angler, Jacob. So we have some value here. It's not the most perfect blue white deck, but it's okay. And then, do I even splash a Static Awakener? It's really good with Baithook Angler. We do have Evolving Wilds, but we need double black to like play it and stack it, so it's kind of like weird and awkward. I might have to just run Adamant Will maybe in this deck. Ooh, Blessed Defiance. I think I like it over Alchemist Retrieval. Makes a 1/1 token, which is interesting. And I think it does more than Alchemist Retrieval in these types of decks. I could try this Dreadlight Monstrosity. Just as a random 6 mana 5/5. It's really bad though. But if we have a Disturb card in exile, it's also just not that bad. Could even run Biolumig as a random blocker, but if we can't sack it, it's kind of like, it's really not where I want to be. Maybe I can scare the opponent enough into... Ooh, Consider. Okay, I'll take Consider. Consider's actually really nice here. And I guess I might have to main deck Fear of Death. There's also Jack-o'-lantern for fixing. Might have to just take Fear of Death. Although I don't really want to mill myself. I'll take it, whatever. It's fine. Could run maybe Splash Crawl from a cellar. But the more we self-mill ourselves, the worse like splashing actually gets. So that's why I was kind of hesitant on grabbing the Fear of Death. So maybe the right choice there was the Jack-o'-lantern, just a card we can cycle, maybe interact with the opponent's graveyard, and also help us cast our get our Morbid Opportunist. So we're lacking 2 cards in this deck. I think 1 Swamp is fine if we're going to splash a Morbid Opportunist, and then kind of even split here, right? Not sure which one I want. I guess we want blue mana earlier since we have all these blue 2-drops we're interested in playing. So sure, we can maybe go up 1 extra island. So now what? Probably just need to put a bunch of filler cards in this deck. Yeah, in terms of interaction, not the best. Circle Confinement and Valorous Stance are decent. Blessed Defiance can maybe be used as a combat trick. So I guess if we need more removal, Adamant Will isn't the worst. Also can function almost like a Cradle of Safety by giving our creatures indestructible instead of hexproof and +1/+1. And then we have a lot of 3 power to also train the Griff Rider once, and if we train it once, it's still a really solid card. So not a bad deck. And then what's our final card here? Ritual of Hope could be kind of interesting. It can be kind of interesting if we get Coven as well. So that can be used. I don't think I need another Beguiler at 5. Dreadlight is also just an interesting card too, but we need to own a card in exile to give it unblockable, since 6 mana 5/5 is just an okay blocker. I'm kind of liking maybe down trying the Ritual of Hope actually, because I can imagine some games where we just have a bunch of flyers out, and then we just need to get in that last point of damage, and then Ritual of Hope can just win us the game. So I'm actually just liking this over like Fear of Death. And since Fear of Death is kind of awkward since we're splashing, because again, it can mill Evolving Wilds or Swamp, which can be kind of awkward. And then not only that, but it's also kind of awkward if we don't have a lot of stuff to put in the yard, and we only have like 1, 2, 3 creatures to put in the yard. Shipwreck Sifters can at least bottom a land, I guess. It's also just not great in this deck in general, but there's nothing else I want here. I don't think I'm splashing for like Crawl from a Cellar here. Although this would be an interesting splash actually. Could consider this, but we're not really a grinding deck. We're just trying to race in the air. Let's give this a shot, see how it goes. Maybe now we favor white slightly more, given that we just add some white cards. So let's give this a shot. All right, splashing Morbid, splashing Opportunist. All right, this could be the final draft. Opening opening hands. Okay, we have Jacob on 2, which is nice. Can help us maybe exile some lands while we're at it, so we'll try it. Falkenrath Pit Fighter, so probably seeing an aggressive deck. I could also just exile this immediately since I'm going to be taking some damage. Or maybe exile the Perforator. Probably need to exile the Perforator given the aggressive start. Or just trade off Scab Wrangler. I can exile this to prevent the extra damage, but there's a chance he has a 3-drop I might want to exile instead, so I'm fine trading off here. And I'll trade for the Perforator since it deals the extra damage over the Pit Fighter, which is more of a value-oriented card, so... Maybe see removal. Alright, so spends removal just to preserve his 2-drop, funny enough. Plays Silver Bolts, so he can Silver Bolt my Griff Rider next turn and be annoying, so I probably need to pull the plug here, and then, I mean, it's kind of mana inefficient. Maybe I make him do it, take some damage, and then circle. This way we can be more mana efficient, maybe run out Circle of Confinements and Jacob. Or use Jacob and keep up Cradle of Safety, which can be interesting. So yeah, let's actually, you know what? Let's actually try Jacob and Cradle of Safety. It can be kind of neat to ambush with a 3 toughness creature. So let's just say go. Get a little bit more greedier with our removal spells, and then yeah, if he has a removal, we can now ambush here, and then this can block everything he has. So. Yeah, and now we can exile this, so this is what we get rewarded for doing this, so I don't want to activate Jacob now, activate it end of turn. We can find this 3-1, and then we can play out Evolving Wilds and search for a swamp, might as well. And then next turn we can also exile and transform Jacob, so yeah, I think this is going according to plan. And I can just bomb any land. Probably want to bomb the white since I don't have any double white going on, so opponent might start sacrificing his own vampires now to draw. We'll see. Opponent even decides to attack, so he can always sacrifice his Pit Fighter before damage resolves, but I think I still block it here since it does the most damage. Hopefully no combat trick, right? Arrogant Outlaw, so he's just using it for the drain. Let's activate Jacob here. And yeah, we get the Exile Plains, so hey, we're almost dead, but Valorous Stance can give Indestructible, but I don't think that's gonna do it here, since I need a way to deal with the 3/2. So I think I need to play out a land here and then exile with Jacob and transform it. So we'll do it now. A Blessed Defiance is not gonna do it. Oh no. Guys, this was so close. Alright, it's good games. No, just needed a creature off the top. We almost survived. Oh my god. Why did Jacob have to tap itself and become an enchantment? Ugh. Maybe I should have done on the opponent's turn. I don't know. If I transform Jacob, he becomes an artifact, so I won't be able to use the Blessed Defiance on him anyways to trade him off and make a 1/1 spirit. So either way, it was just bad luck. But what can I do? I did play that game pretty nicely, though. You have to admit. And I'm still satisfied with the first draft, so I'm fine. I'm fine if this goes to crap. FYI, it's 2 a.m. here and I'm drinking coffee. It's not what you should be doing unless you don't have anything to do. Alright, Morning Patrol on 3. Is this the worst? Hey, on the play. I don't like the mole. Let's keep it. And there's a chance we top deck an island, but Morning Patrol, from what I've seen so far, has helped stabilize for the most part in these matchups. Alright, another blue drafter. And our Ritual of Hope might catch them off guard. Who knows? Shipwreck Sifter, we can still block it if it becomes a 2-3. And yeah, he can cast this for 4 mana eventually, make a 2-1, so let's hopefully get some blue mana, and there we go. Just gotta believe. And next turn, probably just run out Bait Hook Angler, or maybe we might want to cast Consider instead and hope for something else. These Bait Hook Anglers are pretty useless. He could attack, I guess, next turn, so that can be annoying, and might want to keep up Bait Hook. And yeah, I might need to set up a double block next turn. Yeah, let's just do this. Because he could attack with both, and I need a way to prevent this from constantly attacking, so I think I'm double blocking the Shipwreck Sifters here. So I'll be taking 2 per turn. I could attack here and use the Adamant Will as a combat trick. It's not the worst, but I don't. But even if I do this, guess what? I won't be able to. There's still 2/3 blocking, so I'll run a Bait Hook Angler, take 2, and next turn we can consider. I would hate drawing to a Shipwreck Sifters, of course, and not having a 2/1 to get rid of. So there's multiple flyers that can block this as well. Heron. Okay, so we need to start getting our flyers down. Valorous Stance isn't the worst, so I think we consider here. I don't mind another island, but it's not going to do much for me. So I think we actually, funny enough, bomb it and draw another land, which is not an island. So do I get aggressive here and use a combat trick? I think I might, so I'll attack for 2. And then I don't think I use Ritual of Hope. I just want to Adamant Will this and plow through. It's not great. It's really bad. And there's not a lot of 4 toughness or higher in a blue-white deck for the most part, so it's going to be rough using this Valorous Stance, especially with a 3/3 blocker. So opponent has the better start, or maybe better deck, who knows. Heron of Hope, and another 3 toughness creature. Opponent's copying us. Okay, Morbid Opportunist isn't bad. And I think I'm fine attacking here, because by attacking, not only do I get to draw a bunch of cards, but now I can maybe use Ritual of Hope to blow them out, so I think we actually start getting aggressive here, and hope the opponent actually blocks, and he doesn't, so go. I mean, he can just kill me next turn, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I have 1 more turn. Alright, just gives himself lifelink. Like, there's really no need for the opponent to even, like, do anything here, so I guess we have our own Heron of Hope, which is nice. So, do I move to combat and attack? Probably not. I'm just gonna Heron of Hope, maybe use Ritual on defense to kill something. It's not great though, but we'll see go. I might have to Ritual to take out this Heron, which seems kind of bad. Lunar Rejection, well, that's even worse. Good games. Not much I can do. Yeah, I can't use Valorous Stance in this matchup, so. Alright, rip. Let's just pretend this draft didn't exist and the first draft was the true draft. I felt like white was open, but I think we were just in a table full of very good drafters. Didn't see a whole ton of like blue counter spells or any amazing stuff being passed outside that late Morbid Opportunist. So yeah, it was probably a pod full of very good drafters since the first pack just barely had anything like amazing in it. So you see, I can also go on 3 guys. Alright, this hand sucks. Small, too risky. This hand also isn't great, but I'll keep. And what do I bottom? Cradle. Cradle doesn't do much at this stage if we don't have any creatures to play, so we'll bomb Cradle. I still have Evolving Walls to shuffle things back, so don't worry. We'll eventually find Cradle if we get our swamp. Castaway. I could exile this. Not sure if I even want to, since I have a Gale Drifter to fly over and I can take 1. So blue-green deck, which is looking to self-mill and cast all these disturb stuff. Pretty fun deck. Overwhelm Archivist, however, I'm fine exiling, but I probably still want to be mana efficient this turn and play out my Gale Drifter. I guess Beguiler can still block it next turn, so we're fine still taking some hits here. Question is, do I block the Castaway if it attacks? I mean, I might as well, but we'll take 3. And then Beguiler can hopefully start holding him off, unless he has a counterspell. Yeah, let's play Beguiler first and see what's up. Probably a counterspell, maybe. It would kind of suck, though. Alright, no counterspell, so I think I can attack for 3, but I'm afraid he could have something, a trick here. I still think I attack. Maybe a removal spell or a bounce spell. Alright, Revenge. I'll keep that on top. So it buys him a whole nother turn and he gets to attack me with more damage, so. And Splashing White, so a Bant Disturb deck, usually a good color trio to be in. I still don't think I'm supposed to leave this back, honestly. So I'm just going to play out the Beguiler here. And then still attack here. Could also use Blessed Defiance if something goes awry. Startle, that's okay. And I'm still gaining for 1, so I can still block the Archivist and still be fine with it. Can even keep up Blessed Defiance if it dies. Screaming Swarm, alright. That's a problem, but I can at least tap it down, but then I won't have a blocker, so I think I need to exile the Archivist ASAP. And then I guess I can tap this down on his turn and start swinging back, so we'll play land and say go. Fine, the token attacks. Again, I have Defiance to gain some life in case something goes awry, so he should be milling himself, I have to imagine. If he's milling me, he could maybe hit some Bait-hook anglers, so, yep. No need to block something that's about to die. Heron of Hope, okay, yeah. Alright, Heron, so another great, powerful deck. This is going to be rough. Can I have my Morbid Opportunist for once? If he attacks with a Heron, I'm definitely going to trade and use maybe Blessed Defiance to... I mean, I guess I don't even need to use Blessed Defiance, but I guess it's going to end up in exile if I block with a Disturb in the future, so we'll just say go. No attacks, and I might as well use Blessed Defiance here, since it can die, make a 1-1. And I guess he can also enable Coven with the Ambitious Farmhand, so even worse. But I still think dealing with the Flyer is more important in Limited. I mean, if I trade here, it's less damage. So maybe I'd go for it here. Like, the Flyer is the bigger problem, since I might be able to find a blocker of this onto this later, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Do I just take the extra 3? It is an extra damage, and it does put me on the faster clock, so if I take this, it's a 3-turn clock unless I use Blessed Defiance. Even mills a Catgeist, so if he manages to load on more stuff onto his Flyer, it's a problem. So I think we actually block here and then use Blessed Defiance. Really? And a Piercing Light. Yeah, that doesn't save me. Alright, I guess I'll take it. Yeah, if I use Blessed Defiance, it wouldn't have done anything. I would have made a 1/1, but that doesn't accomplish much. And now he can smash me for 3, so even worse. So I need to hope for a miracle here. Another ground creature would be nice. Adamant Will's not going to do it. I guess I can play this Adamant Will, the creature in block. Could see a counterspell. No counterspell. Alright, we'll say go. Probably tap down the 4/4 still and then use Adamant Will here. But yeah, this deck is clearly just better. So yeah, I could have thought about moving to like a Bant Disturb deck as well, which would have been really interesting. Oh no, I forgot to click. Oops. I forgot to click. Alright, I got 0-3. Alright guys, you see, I'm not perfect. I misclicked. But if that would have been the play, I would have just tapped this down, maybe block the 3/3 and use Adamant Will. Take 3, fall down to, let me see how much life I was at, 2. And then maybe Blessed Defiance on the next following turn, gain some life. And then maybe top deck into something since I don't make a 1/1 token from the Heron of Hope. So yeah, I'm not always perfect, so that's an example of an 0-3 draft. And hope that's about it, since I don't think I have enough gems to do a second one, a third one. Alright, let's claim our prize. And yeah, I didn't make it. Alright, so yeah, I'm probably just going to round out double feature draft. I'm sorry that you guys had to watch the 0-3 draft, but it's a necessary evil. It's example of why I'm not always perfect, nor do I always win. But I try my best, and hey, we at least got up to like top 12 Mythic, and we're still at a pretty high ranking, so yeah, not bad. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy watching. Thank you very much for if you follow my content, and as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.